Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rex Bookstore MCLE program. Today, we'll be talking about updates in labor law, particularly in illegal dismissal. But before that, I would normally tell my students that we lawyers are the most prayerful of all the professionals. Why? In all pleadings we submit, there's always a prayer. But there's a prayer written by a lawyer himself who later on became a saint. Pwede pala yun, yung abogado nagiging santo. Oo naman. Medyo mahirap lang, di ba? Pero pag sinunod natin lahat na CPRA, baka nauna pa tayo na-canonize kay St. Pedro Calungsod. So sabi ni Thomas More, yun po yung patron saint ng mga abogado, no? Sabi niya, may prayer siya. Sabi niya, Lord, grant that I may be able in argument, accurate in analysis, strict in study, candid with clients, and honest with adversaries. Alam niyo, sa panahong ito, lawyers or not, people need to be honest, no? Kaya lang parang sabi nila, tanghali na lang ang tapat. Wala na hong tapat ngayon. Okay? Sit with me at my desk and listen with me to my client's plaints. Read with me in my library and stand beside me in court so that today I shall not, in order to win a point, lose my soul. That is if you believe you have one, because if you don't, that's immaterial. In the Gospel of St. Mark, chapter 8, verse 36 to 37, it was written, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what would a man give in exchange for his soul?" Again, on the premise that you believe you have one. No? Sabi naman itong si Oscar Wilde, when I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Okay na sana. But now that I am old, I know that it is. Okay. So, puntahan nun natin yung labor. No? But anyway, may reference tayo dito, of course, yung labor laws and social legislation, saka yung labor relations and negotiation. Kapangalan ko yung author niyan at publish siyempre ng paborito nating publisher, Rex Bookstore. Kasi dalawa lang ang publisher sa Pilipinas, di ba? Rex Bookstore and others. Okay. So, in the Bible, it was written in Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 14, that do not take advantage of the worker who is poor and needy, whether he is a fellow Israelite or one of the workers residing in your towns or cities. So yan ang ibig sabihin, protection na natin yung mga manggagawa. But unfortunately, yung protection for labor, lalo na yung mga OFW, medyo it's an elusive thing. Dahil madalas naaabuso yung ating mga workers. Now, in the local realm, meron tayong Republic Act 11058 na tinatawag nating Occupational Safety and Health Standards. That the worker has the right to refuse to report to work without reprisal from the employer or even threat if there is an imminent danger situation that the employer has not done any corrective measure to improve the situation or to remove the danger from the health of the employee. Why? Kasi ang sabi nitong si Mahatma Gandhi, dati Mohandas ang pangalan niyan, it is health that is real wealth, not pieces of gold and silver. Diba? Kung may nauna pa sa kanya, itong si Siddhartha Gautama, sabi niya, health is the greatest gift. Contentment, the greatest wealth. And faithfulness, the best relationship. So kaya dapat maging faithful. Pero kung gusto nyo matinong relasyon, jowa man yan o asawa, manap kayo na abogado, matino ang relasyon dyan. Bakit? Yung batas nga inuunawa, ikaw pa kaya. Okay? Sabi naman ni Ralph Waldo Emerson, the first wealth is health. That can never be overemphasized, hindi ba? Kaya lang, sabi naman ng isang Canadian minister, many people spend their health gaining wealth. But when they are wealthy, they spend all their wealth to restore health. So that's ironic, hindi ba? Now, let's talk about employer-employee relationship. The existence of employer-employee relationship, according to the Supreme Court, in that case of Sampana versus Maritime Training Center, is a question of fact. And therefore, you cannot raise that issue before the Supreme Court because the court does not take cognizance of factual issues. You file a petition for review on certiorari with the Supreme Court under Rule 45 on pure questions of law, not on questions of facts. Because the factual findings of the NLRC are generally accorded not only respect, but even finality by the Supreme Court. So pagka nagdesisyon na ang NLRC, and this is confirmed by the decision of the Court of Appeals, the Supreme Court will never review factual basis because the Supreme Court, as already stated, is not a trier of facts. However, that is not without exception. in that latest case of Scauriaga versus Fitness First, where the Supreme Court declared na yung mga gym instructor at mga fitness instructors are regular employees of the gym, it was stated that there are exceptions to the rule that the Supreme Court will not review factual issues. Ano nga ho ba yun? Kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng disharmony of findings, no? Between the findings of the labor arbiter, the NLRC, and later on, the Court of Appeals. So in that case, according to Sampana versus Maritime Training Center, February 26, 2024, ang Supreme Court ay pwede na reviewin ang desisyon na ito because there is inconsistency in the findings of these three agencies. Okay? Although, sinasabi natin palagi that there's that doctrine of immutability of judgment. Pagka nagdesisyon ang Korte Suprema at ito ay final and executory, it becomes immutable, unalterable, except correction of clerical errors. No? So in other words, may forever. Kaya lang, pwede pa rin hong i-relax ang mga rules na ito. Paano natin i-relax yung mga rules? Number one, there's a matter of life, liberty, honor, or property. Kaya yung buhay. Dahil alam po natin doon sa lumang kaso ng PBM Steel, Blooming Company, I think mga 1970s pa yan. Sansya na, di ko alam masyado yung date kasi bihira tayo makipag-date. No? Okay. Ang sinasabi ng Korte Suprema, there's hierarchy of rights. Next to the right to life is the right to liberty. So kapag itong mga bagay na ito nakataya, the Supreme Court may relax the rules. No? And also the existence of special compelling circumstances. That's why ito ay based on the attending circumstances and of course, the merits of the case. Kasi kung i-review ng Korte Suprema, hindi naman pala meritoryo, sayang yung oras. No? Now, the cause is not entirely attributable to the negligence of the party favored by the decision. And the lack of any showing that the review is for dilatory purposes. Alam nyo, may mga abogado minsan, at alam ko familiar kayo dyan, wala namang mga anak pa, pero magulang lang talaga. Okay? Meron ka ng writ of execution, ang gagawin yan, magpa-file pa yan ng motion to quash the writ. Obviously, that's dilatory. So, hindi pagbibigyan ng korte yan. Di ba? And the other party will not be unjustly prejudiced by the decision. Okay? So, those are the exceptions to the so-called immutability of judgment that once the judgment has become final and executory, it cannot be reviewed anymore. Okay? Now, in order to challenge the decision of the NLRC, we all know that decision in 1998, St. Martin Funeral Homes versus NLRC, that you go to the Court of Appeals. No? Dati-rati kasi dumidiretso tayo sa Supreme Court if we are using Rule 65, Special Civil Action on Certiorari, to challenge the decision of the NLRC. Now, under that decision in 1998, St. Martin Funeral Homes versus NLRC, and we have to credit Sebastian Office of Legal Aid for being the lawyer of the complainant in that case, the doctrine was revised. That once your appeal to the NLRC has been dismissed, you file a petition or a motion for reconsideration, your certiorari will now be filed not with the Supreme Court but with the Court of Appeals. Doctrine of hierarchy of courts. At medyo matindi ho yung sumulat niyan, si Justice Florence Regalado. At alam naman nating lahat, siya yung record holder sa pinakamataas na bar exam score. Okay? But before you can avail of the special remedy of certiorari under Rule 65, you have to file a motion for reconsideration. You have that case of Steel Weld Construction versus Ichano in 2021. That if you do not file a motion for reconsideration, your petition for certiorari under Rule 65 will be dismissed for being prematurely filed. Why? You have to exhaust all administrative remedies. And a motion for reconsideration is a must. You cannot file a petition for certiorari without first resorting to motion for reconsideration. Because that motion for reconsideration is giving the party or giving the tribunal a chance to rectify its decision. No? So, kailangan natin yan. Now, otherwise, your petition will be dismissed outright for non-exhaustion of administrative remedies.